Me versus NBA players, who's gonna win? So I was given a list of random NBA players, and basically I have to pretend if I were in the NBA, why I think this player would be super hard to guard. So this video could turn into a series if you guys enjoy it. So let's start with this video first, and then if you do, obviously send me your request on who I should do next. So the first player is Kevin Durant. Now we know Kevin Durant obviously is one of the most talented players ever. And so it's no secret that he is super difficult to guard, not only for someone like me, who literally has no chance, but even for NBA defenders. But I wanted to focus on one specific area as to why I think Kevin Durant, if I were in the NBA, why I would struggle to guard him. Kevin Durant has a handle, Kevin Durant can shoot from anywhere, he is efficient, but one of the really big benefits is having those skills combined with his height. Now he likes to say he's 6'9". A lot of people still think he's like 6'11", 7 feet. We'll find out what his actual height is maybe one day. But we know for a fact he is bigger than a lot of the people. So if you look, I put a bunch of screenshots of like him shooting over people. Like nobody can like get in his way. Do you see how high his shot is compared to the defender? Like the hand is on his elbow basically. You can't block his shot. So I would struggle defending him, even if I was at NBA height, because I can't block his shot. Because not only is he tall to begin with, but he has long arms. So his wingspan is crazy. So basically, it's not even that he's shooting from like 6'11", as we all suspect he is, but now his arms are adding another like 5 inches or however long. So there's no way I'm going to be able to block his shot and get in his way. And even if you get a hand in his face, like PJ Tucker does right here, his hand is literally on his face. Guess what's untouched? The shot, the ball. He's literally going to make the shot anyway because you cannot block it. I mean, he's gotten blocked obviously at some point in his career, but like chances are you're not blocking it. So Kevin Durant is so hard to guard because I can't reach him. Number 2 on the list is Darius Garland. Now the area we're going to focus on Darius Garland is his passing, but specifically his passing under the basket. I can't see the basket here, but I'm like 99% positive this is under the basket. Darius Garland does this all the time. He'll draw in, as you can see, 2 defenders. He'll draw in 2 defenders and then do a wraparound pass on the defender to a Jared Allen or an Evan Mobley and get a wide open dunk. Darius Garland is always directing traffic. He's shifty. He has a really nice handle. So I'm not going to be able to guard him because he's going to cross me up. I'm going to fall on the floor. And then after that, he's going to do one of those no-look passes to Jared Allen, lob it up to the rim. Going back to this photo though, this is what Darius Garland does all the time. So like I'm not going to be able to guard him because he's going to catch me off guard because I'm going to think he's about to shoot and he's going to pass it around me just like he did to Zubac there. And then it's going to get a wide open dunk and Cavs are going to win 100-1. Or I guess Darius Garland's going to win 100-1 on me. His court vision is crazy. And that's part of what makes him so special because he can actually score. Like, he's a really good scorer. He had 50, it was 50 or was it 51? He had 50 against the Timberwolves a couple seasons ago. He went crazy. He, like, carried the team that day. Like, he was going nuts. So, like, Darius Garland can score. But when he's scoring, and he's passing, watch out because I'm going to get a 0. Next on the list is Buddy Hield. Here's why Buddy Hield would be so hard to guard. And remember, we're picking only one specific thing for each player. Because obviously all these NBA players have a ton of, really good skills. So there's a million reasons why they are hard to guard, but I am picking one specific reason. For Buddy Hield, it's his quick release on his shot. I don't remember what the numbers were, but I remember they did like not a survey obviously, but kind of like a timer, I guess, on their shot releases, on a bunch of NBA players' shot releases. And Buddy Hield was like 3rd on the list. I think he came in at like 0.77. It was something crazy. And I think it was only like Klay Thompson ahead of him and Kyle Korver. It was something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm not going to be able to defend Buddy Hield because I'm not going to even get a chance. He's already going to get the shot up and it's going to be out of his hands before I even get to him. And I am not an expert on shooting form. Like, I'm not a coach. I'm not a basketball coach. So I do know that a lot of people say Klay Thompson has like perfect textbook shooting form. And Buddy Hield obviously has good shooting form because that's part of how he's such a good shooter. But I have seen other photos and other angles, and I do believe his elbow is a little bit out. And I know that like you want your elbow to be like tucked in. That's kind of how they say it in the textbook shooting form. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. So his shooting form may not be perfect, but it's fast, it goes in, it's efficient. Doesn't matter, I can't guard him. And the last player we are going to talk about is Jalen Brunson. What makes Jalen Brunson so special is his insane footwork. So I have freeze frames here of a specific play of him on Jonathan Isaac, who is a really, really good defender. Jalen Brunson may not be the tallest, he may not be the fastest, he may not be the strongest. Like, he's definitely strong, but you know, there are stronger players in the league. But where Jalen Brunson always gets you, and where I would get lost, is his footwork, because he's going to cross you up, jab step, all these things between the legs, and then I'm just going to get lost. So he, you know, crosses up Jonathan Isaac, he's going one way, and so now he's going that way, Jonathan Isaac is following him. But what is Jalen Brunson going to do? You can already tell before he even continue the play. He's about to pull it back and go the other way. So that's exactly what he did. He crossed him up. Jonathan Isaac has to, you know, retreat, get back to him. But what's Jalen Brunson going to do again? Just cross up and go the other way. Might as well do it 3 times to get the defender off of you. Jalen Brunson is that good at footwork. And when he does like backing you down to the basket and then turn around jumper, like all these things, those are reasons, all those are reasons why I can't guard him. He just has too many moves in his skill set. He has too much footwork, and so I wouldn't be able to keep up, and he's so hard to guard because he's never out of moves. That's part of what separates him and other players who have really good footwork, is that there are all talented players in the NBA. Everybody in the NBA is talented, right? But there are some players who may not have the best footwork. So if you get them in a certain spot, you can maybe block their shot or just get in their way, and then in a way they'll be a little bit stuck. But not Jalen Brunson. He will break down your defense. He'll figure it out, and he will figure out how to get through with his footwork. So when you're guarding Jalen Brunson, when I'm guarding Jalen Brunson, I'm going to be exhausted and I'm going to run out of energy, because at some point he's just going to keep making moves until he figures out what I'm trying to do on defense. And then he's just going to get an open layup. And if he doesn't get an open layup, he'll pass it out to someone else who's open. His footwork is endless. And so therefore, I will not be able to guard any of these players.